See, I think I just figured out social media. You got to post shit that's literally so confusing. People will watch it like 20 times to try to figure it out. And then after they can't figure it out, they will comment on there. I have no idea what the hell these guys are talking about.
That's horrible. That does not make me feel good.
And then another 100 people do the same thing.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right, what's up? We made it.
It's bad.
Holy smokes, we're live. Episode 54.
It really comes at you fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, sorry guys, we're running 10 minutes behind schedule today, but we had a very important meeting. Nothing's more important than our listeners, but this meeting was up there.
Yeah. Should we go into it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we basically had a meeting with the CEO of the Ohio Restaurant and Hospitality Association. Used to be he used to work at Wendy's for, I think he said 17 years and was their CEO for a while. So a wealth of knowledge, and one which went longer than we thought we would, but that's good. It's kind of nice bouncing ideas off of him and just sharing the journey with him and see what he thought, which they sound like they're extremely... That's what's cool about the community in Ohio with like restaurant owners and stuff, is everyone is more than happy to help out any way that they can. And we wouldn't be able to have done it and gotten this far without that. So it's just kind of cool to see.
I feel like for us, we constantly, like, we not bury our heads in the sand, but kind of like we bury our heads in Smash Buddies, and it's just like me and you constantly trying to figure shit out. And then every once in a while, like, let's just talk to somebody who knows what the hell they're actually talking about.
Yeah.
And then when you do it, you're like, man, we got to do this more often.
Yeah.
But
which, I mean, a lot of it is too, it's kind of like a confirmation bias of sorts. It's like, this is what we're thinking. This is how we got to this like conclusion. And it's like, does that make sense to you and your 40 years of experience? And they're like, right. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Maybe do this, think about this. And it's like, beautiful. So we're kind of on the right track.
Yeah. And the networking and people that you can meet through those things like the ORHA. Yeah. I still call it the ORA.
But much easier. Yeah.
ORHA. It's priceless, you know, and just talking to them over the last hour and a half, they're like, well, if you're talking about doing this, we know somebody who literally did that. Mm-hmm. So we'll put you in touch with them. And, you know, whatever it is that we're trying to do, there's 10 people out there that have already done it, and some have succeeded, some have failed. So,
yeah, because ultimately a healthy restaurant economy in the city, in the state, is good for the overall like state. So
this episode is brought to you by Echo Spirits. Make sure you go down and check out some of their award-winning bottles. Drink local.
All right, our topics.
Oh, breaking news. News. Just got an email from Meal Outpost wanting to put us back on the schedule.
Oh, snap.
Just got that. So you guys obviously don't know what that is.
Let's talk about it.
When we first opened up Meal Outpost, they're like a new company that handles corporate caterings at different offices. And so they basically have their own platform where restaurants can be onboarded, and then they basically schedule the restaurants out at the different locations. So it was, what were we doing? Like twice a month we would make
every other week.
Every other week we'd make about 120 burgers. And we'd do that before we opened, and then we'd make some money off of that. So
I was just talking to the kitchen staff this morning about that.
Were you really?
Yeah, we were telling, because Jam wasn't there for any of that. So me and Hank were explaining it, the chaos of how it would work.
Reminiscing some war stories.
Yeah, I'm like, man, it'd be like 10:58. We got to open in 2 minutes. We finish the catering order. Everyone's just smoked, sweaty and greasy, and just like ready to be done for the day. And it's like, all right, guys, let's open. We're open for business. There's a line out the door right afterwards. But
it was fun. Because we could knock out those like super quick. And now we never had the well, we did towards the last few where we had the second griddle, but we were smoking through that.
Yeah, we have a much bigger and better trained team now.
And honestly, being able to offer them chicken burgers too, I think a lot of people are going to really like that.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You're going to throw in milkshakes while we're at it?
I mean, no, I just think like,
Cocktails.
you know, a lot of people, they look at our menu, there's no health options. So they're going to go with the other people because it's usually you and another restaurant that people can pick from. But if they see that we have a chicken smash burger, I think we're going to get a lot of those people to come.
Yeah. Our chicken smash burger's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
But there's a lot of people that are loving it.
Diehard fans of it. Yeah.
It kind of surprises me how people are like, oof, chicken bacon ranch. Like, all right.
I love it. It's a good one every once in a while. And my doctor loves it even more.
I'm going to let you read off our topics while I make sure this is working.
Okay, so today we're going to be going over what it was like building a restaurant with zero experience. And we're going to kind of talk about how it's possible and give you some tips on if that's something you were actually thinking about doing. Here are some things to think about before you do that. Then we're going to go into a little bit of U.S. restaurant history, everyone's favorite segment, where we're going to talk about more towards like the franchises and fast food elements and like where they started, different units that they've had and things like that. And then we've got a couple of other segments. We'll see if we have time to touch them, but we'll keep those a surprise.
So before we jump into our topics, our Empire updates, but before that, I want people to recognize what we're wearing up here.
Oh, baby.
And it's not my pink golf socks.
Those are nice.
Oh, yeah. The St. Patty's Day Yacht Shot. Well, this is the unavailable merch.
Same with this, yeah. So if you look towards the black or the gold skull,
we should name it.
This is what will be actually available within the restaurant.
Yes, St. Patty's Day green with the bearded leprechaun skull.
And same with the shirt. There'll be green. Are we doing shirts?
Nope. Just me.
Okay. I tried to convince
I'm going to make them for the staff.
I tried to convince them we were going to do green shirts just like the hat, but instead of doing the regular Yacht Shot hat, you would do a Yacht Shot Jello shot.
Yacht Jello shot.
Everyone turned me down on that, so that's not happening.
I don't think it would work.
I bet you I could make it work.
That's what Reno said. He said Cole could figure it out.
I could figure it out. It's just adding gelatin. It's not that hard.
You can do like green apple Jello.
It'd be fun. Ugh. I think we do vodka or gin with our sauce would be horrible.
But for a t-shirt.
They'd be sweet.
Are so
They're very nice. The black is just really cool. I'm excited.
This is my new everyday work shirt. So don't plan on changing
It's
it.
good because I ripped my gold one on the shoulder in our kitchen.
Tough.
Yeah.
Were you walking around that corner?
Yeah, that's why I taped it a little bit, if you saw that.
Yep. Nope. It snagged me a few times.
It's annoying.
Running into walls. All right. Empire updates coming off another big week. Not a record week, but damn close, surprisingly.
$300 off.
Yeah.
Crazy. And it was a record Friday.
Yes.
So.
And record liquor sales.
Yes.
One of the things we've been focusing on is getting our liquor sales up, and they're slowly going up.
We were actually over 10% in liquor sales last week. That's huge.
It's insane for us.
Yeah.
It's double.
Very
we
excited about
normally are
that.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cheers to all you guys who came in and had a beer or a cocktail.
Ooh, and we also sold 130 sloppy Renos. Joanna's. Burgers of the week. It was about 130, yeah.
All right. They were pretty good.
They were very good. Some people said it
The
was
simple burgers do really well, man.
they said it was one of their favorite burgers it was their favorite burger they've ever had. So
Someone always says that for all of them. They do. It's always someone, like, it's every burger of the week.
You're not wrong.
Someone wants it to be on the menu full
and
time.
usually it's my favorite burger that I've had.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because like you make one, you're like, we'll see how many people like this, and someone comes in, they're like, that loved all your other ones, and they're like, this is the one. That's it. You nailed it. But
Ooh, Buddy Rub is flying off the shelves, guys. Seriously,
Literally.
if you want a bottle, order them quick. sbohio.shop. We can't guarantee there's going to be any availability. I think since last episode, we've sold 0.
yeah, so currently right now we can guarantee
but
availability.
you never know when
You
that
never know.
will tip. So get them in now.
Yep.
I sold one in the restaurant, but none online yet.
Yeah, it's coming.
We're getting there.
217 subs. So we've gone up 11 subscribers in a week.
I didn't realize that.
That is more than one a day, Cole.
That's fantastic. Was there like a short that popped off, or was it just...
We had a short on TikTok that popped off. We like 17,500 views on it.
Holy, I didn't
Which
know
I was
that.
going to talk about later, but we might as well talk about it now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it's interesting. Not a great clip.
No.
So,
Like,
if you watch
editing?
any of our shorts,
Yeah.
sometimes they don't make sense.
Half the
We
time.
had 6 or 7 comments that people were like, I'm not the only one, right? This makes no sense.
That was this clip that went viral?
Yeah.
Ish?
And I think I just figured out social media. You got to post shit that's literally so confusing. People will watch it like 20 times to try to figure it out. And then after they can't figure it out, they will comment on there. I have no idea what the hell these guys are
That's
talking about.
horrible. That does not make me feel good.
And then another 100 people do the same thing. Viral.
Wait, so
Boom.
the one that went popular was one that made no sense.
I mean, it made sense to me, but I was in the conversation. I watched it.
How are we only at a 217 subs?
Dude, we
That
got
makes
like
no
30,
sense.
we got like 30 followers from that video.
That's crazy,
So
dude.
only a few people didn't make sense to.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we got, I think, just as many likes on the comments that were like, this doesn't make sense, as we did on the actual clip itself.
What buffoons.
Yeah, man. You know, sometimes you're so bad at something that you end up being kind of good at it.
I guess so.
It's working.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're, for the first time ever, over 300 followers on TikTok.
That's awesome, man.
I thought we were like, what's the word they call it, like shadow banned or something? Where
Yeah,
they
when we
won't let your account grow. Because we would get up to like 270 and then go down to like 250.
Oh, really?
It was always like we'd get followers and lose them, but we can never break like I think it was like 266 was like the highest it ever been. And then we'd lose a bunch of followers and gain them back. And I don't know. Any Hoosers, yeah.
That's crazy.
We got to create really confusing content.
I mean, I'm confused half the time we do the podcast. So
Wait till you watch this clip. It'll throw you for a loop. Yep.
Oh, baby.
All right. Topic numero uno. I did that because of Super Bowl stuff.
Yeah.
Building a restaurant with zero experience. Is it possible? In short, the answer is yes, because you're looking at 2 buffoons who's doing it.
And when we say zero experience, we literally mean we've never worked in a restaurant. We've never been a server. We've never done anything with hospitality. Wait, did you? You never did, right? Neither did I.
No bars, no restaurants, no
Fast food.
kitchens,
Yeah.
nothing. First day working in a restaurant was at our restaurant.
And we quit our 6-figure jobs to go do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it is possible. Advised, I don't know, but it's possible.
Well, building a restaurant and building a successful restaurant are 2 different things. But one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about with this is we had zero experience in the industry as far as actually working or managing anything in the industry. However, we have a ton of life experience that we use in the industry. Not to mention, like, you don't have to work in a restaurant to go in a restaurant and be like, oh, it's clean in here.
Yeah.
The service is good. Like you don't, there's certain things in the business that you don't have to work there or work in the industry to understand like what good service looks like, what a clean establishment looks like, what consistent food looks like.
Yeah.
You know? So there's some things are basic common sense that, I mean, if you go to bars, this is how the whole like brand and identity of the food truck was based off what we liked from food trucks.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how we built our whole food truck model, is like, what do we like? A limited menu, cheap prices, fast.
Yep. And then you take basically those principles and you just backwards engineer them. It's like, what does consistent food look like? How do you set up a kitchen to where it's flowing naturally it basically creates like a smoother like cooking experience for all your chefs. So it's like, how do you set up your meat? How do you set up your expo line so it all makes sense and it all flows without any confusion? And it kind of like all funnels down from that one idea.
Yeah, and all that is subject to change 1,000 times.
Yeah, because there's always better ways to do things or things that you don't really think of. Yeah. And it's hard to change things that you've done since the beginning because you've done from the beginning.
Well, and some of it, like you're not constantly in there thinking like, how can I do this better?
Yeah.
Especially for us, like we're removed from the kitchen a lot more now.
Yeah.
So we're more in like oversight where we'll go in there occasionally, but if you're not doing something every single day, you don't necessarily pick up where the flaws and the issues are. So like one of the things that come to mind was like our mayonnaise container that we just did a switch, so for months we would buy 1 gallon mayonnaise. Those are a gallon, right?
Yeah.
A big old gallon of mayonnaise, and we funnel it into these little squirt bottles so it would be faster and more efficient.
Kind of like how you see at Wendy's where they just do the little bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's quick and clean. The issue is you lose like, what do you think, 30% of the mayonnaise?
I don't know about 30, but it's like 10 or 15%. Yeah.
It's
because it's impossible to get all of that stuff out of it. And then within the bottle itself, it's impossible to get it all because it sticks to the sides and there's, it's a whole thing. It's a
pain in the ass to get it into those bottles, and you lose 15 and 20% of the product that's just stuck in there that your kitchen staff's going to throw it in the dishwasher way before they try to, get that last little bit out of there. So, something like that. Like I went back there a few months ago and was washing dishes, and I was just hosing out half a gallon of mayonnaise that's in there. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this, but it's something where if you're not back there doing it every day, you kind of, glance over and don't think about as much. But so anyways, the whole point of this was, we have a lot of life experience doing other things that I think we use those as much as we can to our advantage on figuring out this and like creating our own experience.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Inside and outside of the business.
I mean, military, we've touched on that as far as like span of control and structure, organization, and like leadership management and all that stuff. But
well, yeah, there's the operational stuff, but I mean, even still, like you used to paint like guns, like you have experience doing, like you had your own business, Cerakote business. So like a lot of the creative stuff, which you've done everything, all of the pictures of the burgers of the week, all of our decals, all of our logos, all of our Yacht Shot designs, that's been all you. And so you've drawn from that somewhere. I don't know if that was from like you just being a kid and being kind of creative and experimenting with graphic design, but
I've always been a little artsy fartsy, but not like good at it.
Yeah.
I've never taken any like art and courses or anything.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing the Cerakoting and painting guns and knives and all that kind of stuff, that's kind of when I got into like the digital creating, and it is way easier.
I bet.
To be like, if you can envision it, it's way easier to create it on a computer. That's like, oh, make me a perfect circle, put it here, than actually like hand draw stuff. So I'm not that good at actual art, but that's where I started learning all like the digital art, because I was making all my own camos and all that kind of stuff. And so,
but I think that was a huge distinguishing factor for us starting out, is because all of our graphics and stuff look professional. And, you know, you could do it professionally, like if you start a business, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. It's not cheap to get someone to build you a logo, to build you out like all of these designs on Adobe Illustrator. That shit is expensive. And just the fact that you were able to do that, we saved probably like 10 grand over the span of this business. Probably more, honestly.
And I will say a professional probably didn't think our stuff looked professional.
No.
But 90% of the people.
Yeah. Like if I would have done it, it would have looked not even close. You could tell. So it's like, it's still, I think it looks professional, but
no, it's come a long ways.
It might be simple, but it's still very crisp.
But having that kind of in our back pocket, like for these Yacht Shot, being able to turn out custom designs, you know, it has nothing to do with making cheeseburgers.
No,
but
it has everything to do with building a brand and running a business.
Building a brand and like building loyalty and the amount of people. If you guys don't have a Yacht Shot Club hat yet, you're missing out. But the amount of people that are in there and they're like, "What's the next one?" And I show them, they're like, "Ah, shit, I'm coming back." And we're stacking them up. I still think we need to start just putting them here.
Eventually, yeah.
Just have a wall of hats behind us. Still nobody in the chats. I'm hoping that we're actually live and this is working. But
I guess all of that to say and kind of lead us back into building a restaurant with Zero's experience is you have to be comfortable doing everything, especially if you don't have a wealth of capital to draw from, which we didn't. Mm-hmm. We had whatever our savings was, and we had no shit, this is as much as I can spend.
Yeah.
And then everything else is on you. All of the accounting, all of the, like, some of the documents that you have to write up for, like, articles of incorporation for your business and starting the LLC and all of that accounting, you have to do yourself. You have to be comfortable with learning things, but not just learning things, messing everything up and then doing it again. Like if you're very uncomfortable with failing and doing things the wrong way, it's going to be really hard for you to start something from scratch because you're going to fuck everything up a lot of times until you kind of like narrow it in every single time. So I think if there's one big trait for starting something, is just you have to be okay with looking stupid.
Yeah.
And feeling stupid. We
have done such a good job at that. Yeah. We're now comfortable. Yeah. Looking stupid. It's like our zone.
Yeah, it's kind of our brand.
It's our brand. Two buffoons.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever that guy was that called you that. But
yeah.
No, and I think one of the things that we focused on is like from the beginning, we have focused on doing what we're good at.
Yeah.
And then while we're focusing on that, learn everything else.
Yeah.
Until we're good at that, you know, but it's like, you can only control what you can control.
Yeah.
You know, and so like we knew what we wanted the outcome of our food truck to look like as far as customer service and quality of food. And so like, there's certain things that we're figuring out in the background, but at the end of the day, like every customer interaction, it's like we can control. I don't know how I got a timer set on that, but we can control the outcome of like the customer experience and their food.
Yep.
And we know exactly, like we're comfortable in that. We know exactly what we want the food to look like, and we know exactly how we want their interaction to be. You know, so it's like controlling those things while you're learning everything else, and then slowly adding them to your tools. But the problem is, then you wake up, you're in a 4,200 square foot place with 17 employees, and still trying to learn how the hell to run the business. But
yeah, man, I still remember our first event when our old office building all came out to the food truck to try it out. There's like 15 of them, and I was taking their orders, and they're like, yeah, I just put it all on one tab. I'll pay for it all. And I didn't know the POS system on how to combine checks. So I knew how to send things, but I didn't know how to, like, when they were sent, to combine them all. So I had to run their card 10 or 15 different times. And I was just like, I feel so freaking stupid. I literally quit the job that you're doing to do this, and I have no idea what I'm doing. It was embarrassing.
They were the only ones in line.
And they were the only ones in line. And it was just like, we've come an incredibly long way from that point to here.
Yeah.
But that's also like, if you don't have experience, you have, I think one of the things is, you don't have experience, you don't have money, you have to learn everything. You have to understand every single part of the business.
Right.
And if you don't at least, have a working understanding of how to do accounting, how to do, some of the legal stuff, how to do some of the design stuff, how to do anything that touches a business, it's going to be difficult for you to continue to grow if you're not comfortable at least getting, not even like an expert level, just like a couple of hours of understanding the basics.
Yeah.
And so when it's time to hire out for that, it's like, hey, I know what you're doing now, and I can kind of guide you a little bit better for what I want. And that just takes time.
I think too, we are lucky to have like a partnership.
Yeah.
Where we're both completely different people, and we're both, even though we came like from the same background and met doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And even the way we ran our squad years ago, 10 years ago now, but
over 10 years ago, I got out 10 years ago.
I know I was getting the grays in the beard.
Yeah.
And everything, but even like the way we worked together back then, it was the same as we work together now, where it's like, you're the expert in these things, so you handle it. I'm the expert in these things. I'll handle it.
Yeah.
You know, and then we come together, because if you're the only one and you don't have people around you saying you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
And there's still things that I own on this side of the business that I'm like, these are my things, where you're like, this is stupid. Stop focusing so much time on this. Or we're not spending money on that, you know, and it takes a level of trust and maturity to be able to like listen.
Yeah.
Feel like this guy's not just a dickhead. We have the same, like, we're not going to agree on everything, but like we have the same goal in mind, is to like build this thing, you know? And so you kind of have to look at it with a big picture like that. But there's a lot of people out there, I feel like, that don't have a great partnership dynamic either from the beginning, or they're so low. And I never would have attempted to do any of this by myself.
I don't think either of us would have been. We would have failed a long time ago, honestly. If we,
I wouldn't have even tried.
I wouldn't have tried it either.
I couldn't have.
There's
failed,
no way. Yeah,
there's no way I would have tried.
Which I think that's like the blessing of a partnership. And like, if you're gonna start with zero experience, man, I could only imagine trying to tackle that by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, find a good partnership, I guess, is kind of or just
study up,
work in a restaurant, do things in your spare time to kind of like have an understanding.
Yeah. I mean, and you don't have to be an expert. We're not even close to experts in anything we're doing. But we have a solid base idea of how things operate.
Yeah.
You know, in all aspects of the business. Like, and if there's new things that we're constantly finding new things that we're trying to tackle. And so we're spending our time researching and learning, you know, as the business grows and develops, there's more and more that gets piled on. If you're planning on taking the next steps, you know, how does that look? How does that work with staffing and, you know, everything else? But we're doing it, so literally anyone can.
I think so. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You can at least do it for 2.5 years. We'll see what happens from here. But
yeah. We'll see if we're closer to trailers or yachts in the next 10 years.
Yeah. So far, it's been a good year, though.
Man, it's been crazy good year. I'm extremely happy with where we're at right now.
Yeah. We did have an interesting part of our conversation before this about liquor sales dropping. And who do they blame? Ozempic.
Yeah, I was actually kind of shocked. I mean, it makes a little bit of sense, though.
Hot take, if you will.
It does. I mean, we didn't touch on it last time when we talked about the liquor sales, but it makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I have not done any research, so I'm just going to make shit up. But I don't know what percentage of people are on Ozempic, but I would venture to guess it's a decent percentage of the population at this point.
Yeah.
I would say 10 to 20% if I had to ballpark it. We can look after this, see what it is. But like, anecdotally, from what I've talked to a lot of people who have done Ozempic, they're like, yeah, I don't crave things anymore.
Yeah.
I like I don't have to do nicotine anymore because it doesn't like sound that good to me. Whereas before I would crave it, I would think about it, but it kind of like cuts your cravings down. So you don't crave, you know, getting a nicotine high, getting drunk, or eating sweets. And so like a lot of people's vices are getting cut, and tangentially liquor sales. Which
I don't know if, did they know that when they were pushing the product, or is that just like a
happy side effect? I think it's just a good side effect. Yeah. A feature, not a bug. I think, I mean, we still, like they say it all the time, we still don't exactly know how the stomach and like the microbiota in your stomach work. So it's like when you mess around with some of those like enzymes and hormones in there, shit changes. It affects your brain in different ways. So it's just interesting.
Yeah. I would be curious to what the numbers are and how many people are using Ozempic.
Producer Jamie, look that up. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, someday we're gonna have a Jamie.
Siri, how many people are on Ozempic? Like what percentage?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many people are on Ozempic. What percentage?
1 in 8, so about 12% is what Siri said. I didn't do any further deep dives on that, but let's go with 12%. That's still a significant percentage.
Who do you think would have to go on Ozempic first, me or you?
Who? U.S. restaurant history.
Should we get our staff to take bets?
Well, let's see what our listeners think. Who do you think
Yeah.
would go on Ozempic first?
Based on 54 episodes of Looking at Us Yap.
The problem is neither of us have the money to do Ozempic, so it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah.
I would go on Ozempic too if I had like just a ton of disposable cash. I was like, I would just experiment with it, see what it's like.
People are microdosing it.
Yeah,
now, too.
I would totally do that because it seems, at least like the generation they're on, seems relatively safe. And so just mess around with it a little bit could be interesting. So I would definitely go on it. And I think you would do something similar. So
Yeah, let's start a new segment of our live show.
our Ozempic journey?
Yeah.
Or who's fatter?
It'd be a little column A, little column
Yeah.
B. Jared and Cole's Ozempic journey. A strict diet of smash burgers.
There's the trailers to yachts and where we're at on it. And it's the journey to 300 and see who's closer to 300 pounds.
All right. We got a chat.
What is it?
It's an emoji.
What is it?
It's
Emoji
the
is it?
zipper mouth emoji from Molly LaRue.
Oh.
I think she's saying she doesn't want to answer the question.
Oh. Answer it. Coward.
Called out. Damn. All right. Let's start our next topic here. U.S. restaurant history. This is mostly based around fast food. But I wanted to talk about this. The last few episodes, we kind of been talking about random fast food stuff. And we're like, we wish we knew the actual numbers. So here's some actual numbers for you. But I saw an article that said Pizza Hut, which first opened in 1985, is closing 250 locations nationwide this year. I think the beginning of this year.
Okay, so I read this headline. It was like 250 location has to be like a huge percentage of
Like
their
75%.
Yeah, I was like, they're probably going to fail. Like that's got to be at least over like 20 to 30% of their total locations.
Wrong.
So wrong. I cannot believe how many locations they actually have.
Yeah. They still have 20,000 remaining locations.
20,000 is nuts.
20,000 Pizza Huts.
That's like crazy to me. It's like 1%.
Yeah. Are any of the Pizza Huts still doing the buffet?
I would assume if there's 20,000
remember that,
locations, I do, of course.
That was like
I also remember the Little Caesars buffet at Fort Benning. Did you ever go to that?
No.
Oh my
I don't think
God,
so.
it was the best.
Is that the only one that did a buffet?
I remember,
I don't
yeah.
remember Little Caesars
Like
doing a buffet. at all.
Airborne and after Ranger School, I'd go to the Little Caesars buffet for my once a year Little Caesars delight.
Speaking of which, we have a rule here. An unspoken rule.
Yes, that's a
That
spoken
Little
rule.
Caesars, hands down, the best pizza you can possibly buy at a great price one time a year.
One time a year. You can't beat it.
Yeah, if you intake Little Caesars more than one time a year, completely skews the numbers.
Might be one of the worst experiences ever.
Yeah, but once a year, if you only do it once a year, you'd be like, it's great.
It does. I mean, that math checks out every time.
Yeah, you wait a year and then you have it again. You're like, oh, damn.
Dude, I had one.
$5 hot
My
and ready.
once a year this year was I had their pretzel crust, and then they had the Philly bites. The best pizza I've had this year, hands down. Extra most bestest pretzel.
Yeah, but what's crazy is if you have it twice a year, you're like, this is the worst pizza. High highs and low lows for Little Caesars. But no, I think it's been a hot minute since I've had Little Caesars.
Yeah,
I'd have to get back on that
maybe we'll treat the kitchen
once a year.
once a year. Little Caesars
$5
pizza
hot
party.
and ready party. No offense, Brent, if you're on here listening. Brent, Pizza Nerds. He's always sending me naughty things. He's working on a apple pie pizza.
Okay.
I don't know what all is on it, but it looks like an apple crisp, basically.
Ooh. So
No cheese.
Is it Domino's who does like their cinnamon with apple too? Something
Maybe,
like
I don't
that.
know.
Like a dessert pizza, but
Yeah, it's a dessert pizza.
That actually sounds
Oh,
amazing.
he sends me pictures, and I'm like, bro, I'm going to be on Ozempic real quick. Luckily, I live over an hour away from Pizza Nerds.
yeah, unluckily, honestly.
Yeah. I'm planning on Monday swinging through there.
Smart.
because I'll be in the area.
when it snows.
Yeah, we'll be over there.
Should we talk about that later?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Let's finish this topic, though. We're all over the place today. All right, so the U.S. restaurant history, the first major fast food chains in the U.S., these are the top 10. And I fact-checked this a few different places, and some of these are, they bounce around a little bit. I don't think anybody knows history these days.
A little bit of debate.
Yeah, a little bit of debate, but this is what I found out on the internet. So, number 1, White Castle started in 1921, widely considered the first true fast food burger chain. I had no idea.
That blows me away. 1920s, the Roaring 20s.
White Castle.
White Castle. How? What are they steaming their? That doesn't even make sense. Do we even have refrigeration in the 1920s? That was stupid. We probably did, but you got to be. I mean, like, honestly, that's insane. That's over 100 years ago.
And I have nothing against White Castle. I haven't been since I went one time in my life when we were at Fort Benning. I went, but
we have one just down the road. Don't go there. It's an unpleasant experience.
Everybody always says White Castle is great when you're drunk.
Maybe it's the same once a year kind of thing. Once a decade.
But it's like, I think they're just known for being really good when you're fucked up.
Which everything is, and it's cheap, so that's a bonus too.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I haven't had it since I had it the one time in Fort Benning, and not my thing. But anyways,
it's okay.
I was blown away. 1921 is when White Castle started. Followed by, this is where some debate comes in, A&W. They started in 1919, a few years earlier, but they started as a root beer stand. So somewhere between 1919 and 1925 is when they began franchising. So somewhere in there, they started doing burgers, and then they began franchising A&W.
So root beer stand, I would assume it was not carbonated root beer at that point.
No idea.
I don't know either.
I don't know much about the 1919s.
I need to learn more of my history, I guess, and like technological advances when it comes to food.
Yeah. But I was surprised at both of those.
Yeah, for sure.
A&W once released a 3rd-pound burger at a better value than McDonald's Quarter Pounder. And it was completely unsuccessful. Have you heard the story?
Yeah, you've told me like 5 times.
It's my favorite story. It was unsuccessful because America thought a 3rd-pound burger was smaller than a Quarter Pounder.
Well, yeah, dummy. 3 is less than 4, obviously.
Hilarious. Anyways, number 3, Howard Johnson. I've never heard of that. Started in 1925. Apparently, they were famous for ice cream and then became one of the largest restaurant chains in the U.S. mid-century. How do you feel about that?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Are they like, I have no opinion. This next one I have.
I looked it up a little bit. It seemed more like a Denny's style.
That's kind of what I figured, but same with this next one. I have never heard of
Crystal.
With a K.
Crystal,
so they're cool.
I think, is Kmart version of White Castle. Or I think it might be like the Carl's Jr. Hardee's thing.
Okay, because you can't get Kmart version of White Castle.
Kmart's Kmart.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyways, Crystal, whatever that is, started in 1932. A Southern slider chain. I think it's probably like the Carl's Jr. Hardee's thing.
Yeah, I looked that up. I like that it starts with a K. I want to hunt them down.
This one also surprised me. Steak and Shake. 1934.
Never would have guessed.
Number 5 was Steak and Shake in 1934. Burgers and shakes with a diner-style service model.
Quick update on the Steak and Shake in Mill Run.
Oh, yeah?
You know what they're putting there? Dunkin'.
That one?
Yeah.
I thought they were putting Dunkin' at KFC.
Nope. It's already like they already built it all out. The drive-thru's up, the logo's up. Half of the building, too, is for lease. So they're only taking half of that building, and then the other half's available. If we want to do a Dunkin' Smash Buddies
Seems like it's going to be a Long John Silver's or something.
Something. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Long John Silver's only does those.
It does seem that way.
Split businesses.
I've seen one standalone, but
yeah,
I think it was in Omaha.
Anywho, number 6 is Dairy Queen in 1940. Started as soft serve, obviously, and then expanded to burgers and fast food. McDonald's came in at number 7, also starting 1940. and they revolutionized fast food assembly lines.
Well, that was way later, though, I think, when Ray Kroc took it over. I think that's just when they started, right?
1940, I believe, is when they started.
Yeah, I don't think Ray Kroc took it over for probably a few years after that. It was, I mean, they were already like a drive-through, I think, at that point.
Yeah. In-N-Out, number 8, 1948. They were among the first drive-through burger stands, which is a stupid thing for them to put in here. They're among the first few drive-through burger stands.
Why is that stupid?
I don't know. What does that mean? It's like them and 10 other people also had drive-throughs. Cool stat, bro.
Yeah.
It's
You know, the funny thing about In-N-Out, the owner literally lived across the street, and he had like a telescope that he would look at the restaurant. And if someone was like doing something wrong, he would literally run out of his house and go to the restaurant and
in his
yell
robe?
at them. Yeah, pretty much. Dude sounds pretty nuts, but smart, very smart.
Rest in peace. He passed away.
Yep.
Now they're going nationwide.
I can't believe how many locations they have now. That actually blew me away, but we'll get to that.
We will get to that. Number 9 is Jack in the Box. I don't know. I don't believe they have any out here. I think they're more of a West Coast thing, but they started in 1951. They are the pioneers of the two-way intercom drive-through.
They are also pioneers of the either really good or probably the worst food you could ever eat. There's no in between with Jack in the Box. It's absolutely insane. The variation of quality.
That's valid.
Yeah.
But man, when it hits, it hits.
Yeah. Their Hungry Box or whatever they had back in the day. Oh my God.
I also think they were...
I love Jack in the Box.
I might be way off on this. Besides Taco Bell, Taco Bell's always been like a late night spot, but Jack in the Box, this would have been early 2000s. From what I remember, it was like one of the first ones that did the really late night
I believe it.
food, that they were open until like 3-4 in the morning.
Stoner food,
And
for sure.
Like
Never
everywhere
Taco
else
Bell.
was closed, but Taco Bell did the whole fourth meal thing. I don't know if Jack in the Box did it before or after them, but they were one of the ones I always remember being open super late.
Yeah, I wonder who copied who on that. I would assume.
I don't know. Number 10 is Burger King. 1954 became McDonald's national competitor.
No thought on that. Burger King is another one of those brands where it's just like either really good or horrible.
They mastered the smell, though.
They have mastered the smell and the signature taste.
Yeah. Which, building out a Whopper is one of my go-to burgers now in the restaurant.
Really?
All American, no mustard, add ketchup, no pickles. I'm pretty sure that's what's on a Whopper.
I think that's the burger that got us the 2-star review yesterday, but that's another talk.
Someone ordered a Whopper?
But basically a Whopper. They didn't have red onions on it, though. And they had mustard. So it was mayo, ketchup, mustard, no pickles, no red onion.
2 stars, huh?
They said it was bland. And that our service was terrible. Do you want to dive into that? Because it eats away at me a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's starting to eat away at me because that's one of my go-to burgers.
Yeah, so he ordered 2. You could tell when he walked in, he was kind of like standoffish. I've developed a sixth sense with people where it's like, it almost looked like he walked into our restaurant looking for an excuse to hate us. And like, that was the vibe he was giving off, which is no excuse, but it was a difficult interaction. And our bartender ended up taking his order. And even then, it's like, he tapped in his, because there's the pop-up for like if you want to leave a tip or not. Well, I guess he accidentally pressed something that he didn't mean to, so we changed it. And he left no tip, which is fine. It happens. But said our service was terrible and our burgers were bland. And it happens.
It does happen.
Reviews matter. They do. You can't. This is where it's like the difficult part of it as a business owner. It's like, how much stock do you put into an individual review? It's kind of like a guidepost. You have to take it in and recognize that it happened, and then do whatever you can to make sure that doesn't happen again, but also realizing that you're human and that you can't be perfect all the time.
And some
people are impossible to please.
Expectations, they make it impossible.
Like, I know we probably could have, like, if our bartender was like super into it and like really got him to open up and like talk about himself and like give him a good experience and kind of like put on like an act that bartenders sometimes do to just like liven the mood, we probably could have gotten a better review, but
At least 3.
at least 3 or 4. But it's like, it's hard. It's like that expectation every single time is a difficult thing. It's unrealistic to expect from anyone. And so it's like our bartender was a little hurt about it. He was a little beaten up because he's like, man, I could have done something, but he was just kind of a dick to him. And I was just like, dude, it happens. Like you do your best. You're not going to be perfect. Maybe next time you identify it and you can win them over, but do your best.
You can only do what you can do. And we read every single one of the reviews we get on Google, not Yelp. Every once in a while I check Yelp, but I don't care too much about Yelp. But Google, I read every single one of the reviews. And there's, like you said, sometimes people are just out to leave a bad review. And sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes people come in and they're the only person there, and there's nothing special about the service.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
And they're like, this is the best service I've ever had in my life. And you're like, I didn't even ask that guy if he wanted water.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's the opposite.
Or the vibes are off, the music's weird, and you're the only person sitting there, so you don't like it.
Exactly. Anywho, moving on.
You can cut all that out.
Nope. It's there to stay. It's live, baby. Top franchises with the most locations. So I was looking into all those past numbers, and I was like, kind of curious. When I saw Pizza Hut still had 20,000 locations, I was like, well, who has the most? So these are food related, not necessarily restaurants, but coming in, we'll go backwards on this. Number 5 was KFC at 30,000 locations. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Is that up to date?
No idea, but I would say yes.
That's insane.
Yeah, because we were just...
Are they big overseas or something? Because
according to our comments, after we were throwing a little shade at them...
KFC?
Yeah. So some of our YouTube comments said it's regional. Depends on where you're at, because they agreed. They're also from Pacific Northwest. They said it's horrible out there.
Okay.
You go down to the south, best place ever. So we got to travel some more, hit some more KFCs.
That checks.
We'll get some real data behind that. But coming in at number 4, Starbucks, 38. I don't know why this is different. Those numbers ain't right. Starbucks, 38,000 at number 4, but at number 3 is Subway at 36,000.
I didn't put the slide together.
Who put this slide together?
All right, so Starbucks and Subway have about the same, which is actually crazy that Starbucks has almost 40,000 locations, almost as many as McDonald's, which I think that's their entire business model, is to put a Starbucks on every single corner, even if they're cannibalizing their own Starbucks, to make sure there's literally no competition.
Yes.
They're the most predatory franchise, out there. I think we've talked about this, but their business model is to literally snuff out any local coffee shops by putting 5 Starbucks within a mile radius.
Global domination.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
And they don't care if they lose money, because they know they're going to wipe them out, take out those other Starbucks, and then there'll just be one there that makes a ton of money.
Are they franchised, or are they all company owned?
I have no idea.
I don't believe that they're franchised.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
I think it's like...
At least, company. I don't know nowadays, but I'm sure at one point when they were opening as many as they were, it was just like, yeah, we'll take a few losses on these buildings and who cares? Overall, the strategy in the 10 years, we're going to make a ton of money.
It's wild, though.
I hate Starbucks, though.
But, hey, they played their cards
They're
right.
smart. They're good capitalists, whatever.
Number 2 is McDonald's, coming in at 42,000 franchises, locations. And number 1, surprised me, 7-Eleven. More than twice as many 7-Elevens as McDonald's.
I believe it, man.
85,000 locations globally.
Just my time in Korea, there was 5 times as many 7-Elevens as there were McDonald's. They're literally everywhere.
Everyone likes 7-Eleven, though.
And there's nothing like it.
You ever have the...
Asian 7-Elevens are like a thing of beauty. They're so amazing. Like, after a night drinking, people don't go to Jack in the Box or Taco Bell. They go to 7-Eleven because they have their range of food options over there is like so much better. Sushi, kimbap, all kinds of different stuff.
7-Eleven sushi?
Yeah, dude, it's fantastic. I'm telling you, some 7-Eleven drunk food is one of the best culinary experiences of your life.
You ever have the burger dogs?
I haven't.
They had like on the
It's like literal
7-Eleven
burger
roll.
dog. Oh, yeah.
It was like a cheeseburger shaped like a hot dog.
Yeah.
It had the cheese inside of it. They have it on the rollers.
Those are good.
That was real good army drunk food.
Yeah, 7-Eleven knows what they're doing, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Clearly.
they're crushing everybody else. So I looked up top non-franchised businesses. Chipotle's got 3,300 locations.
That's surprising to me. I would think that number would be way bigger.
Yeah. I mean, look at the other ones.
I can think
In-N-Out,
of like
400,
10 times the
Cheesecake
amount.
Factory 200. So if you want global domination, you have to franchise,
Yeah.
essentially. Unless you're Starbucks. Because I don't know. If anybody's watching this, let us know in the chats. But I don't think Starbucks is franchising. I think it's all one doing their own thing.
I'll take your word for it. That makes sense to me.
And most everything we say on this podcast is made up on the spot.
Yes.
Anyways, Board of Advisor break. The Board of Advisors is awful quiet today. We know it's working because my wife said hello, but outside of that, chirps.
It's because of Twitch.
Crickets.
We're not on Twitch.
Could be. We're already at 51 minutes.
Are we really? Do you want to do this next segment?
Nope.
Sweet. We'll save it for next week.
Skipping that one for next week. All right, where we're at in the journey.
All right, on the scale.
Trailers or yachts? What are you thinking?
Yachts, baby. Back to back. Best weeks ever. I mean, we did a little bit better the week before, but last week was within $300.
Yeah.
So second best week ever. Best day ever too included. So we're definitely heading in the right direction. We're still over 70% up year to date that we were last year. I mean, we got nicer weather coming up. We got the Arnold coming up. We got a lot of stuff that's still happening. So I think we're going to keep that slow trajectory upwards.
Keep climbing.
But yeah, like I said, sales last week, we did almost just shy of 22,000. Labor was a little bit higher at 7,100. So we paid like another $150. But we also have 2 newer people that we're giving more hours to, getting them trained up for as we get bigger. Cost of goods, relatively the same. Rent and utilities, relatively the same. And all of our other expenses were about the same for a grand total profit last week of $3,750. I'll take it.
Back-to-back good weeks is rare.
It's very rare.
Typically, our
It's a unicorn.
what I noticed last year that I thought was interesting is we'd have a record week, and then it was like 2 to 3 weeks. For the next 2 or 3 weeks after that, it would drop back down a couple thousand. And say like if 18,000 was a record week, the next 2 weeks would be like 16,000, 16,000. And then the third week would be like 18.5. And then it would drop down 16.5, 16.5, and then it'd go up to 19. And it's like constant, like, I don't even know what the word I'm trying to say is, but constant rotation of like you have a good week and then it comes down.
Yeah.
And then it slowly builds up. You have a really good week, it comes down, slowly builds back up. But
3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
yep. But we had 3 steps forward and 3 steps forward.
Yeah. And looking at our projections for this week with yesterday and how we're doing today, I think we're on target for another record week, which a day and a half isn't good data, but
Not at all.
we'll see.
After
Blue Jackets play tomorrow night, so I think we're going to have a packed bar for that.
easy.
Easy.
We are out of Blue Jackets yacht shot hats.
We still have USA hockey, though.
We do have USA hockey, a couple camos, and St. Patty's ones are coming soon. All right. I feel weird talking about this because our meeting was with a 18-year CEO of Wendy's.
Well, he's
But
not with Wendy's now, so
he's
this is
not
kind of
with
like
Wendy's
current trajectory. So
That's what I keep telling myself.
I think that's why all of this is happening.
Yeah. So we started a
Bite
segment
us in
called
the butt, but-
TikTok Comments of the Week. And it's supposed to be people talking shit to us. But this week, TikTok went off on Wendy's, which I found very interesting.
It's nice to not be in the crosshairs.
Yeah.
We just got to find common enemies with our audience.
Which was, we were not taking a jab at Wendy's. We were saying in the short video that was posted, we were saying Wendy's is outperforming KFC.
Oh.
All of the comments were like,
You guys
fuck
are
Wendy's.
idiots.
Wendy's sucks.
Yeah.
So this isn't our angle here. This is not what we said. This is what the people of TikTok have said. So starting off, TikTok comments of the week with The Jeep Davis said, Wendy's in Ohio has gone to poop, and it started in Columbus.
He actually say poop, or did you
He said
censor
poop.
that? Hey, hell yeah. I like that.
He said it's gone to poop, and it started in Columbus. So I don't know if he meant that Wendy's going to poop started in Columbus, or if Wendy's as a whole started in Columbus.
It's up to Jeep Davis.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Tomato.
All right, so Alex says, Wendy's used to be good, but my final straw was them getting rid of sweet and sour. I assume that's their sauce. I have no idea what he's talking about.
This one, I think Alex is a she, but this one cracked me up. So like, I have fucking had it with this place. Goddamn, get rid of my sweet and sour sauce. We're done. That's where the line was for Alex.
Interesting.
I don't think I ever had their sweet and sour.
I don't really like sweet and sour, to be honest. So sorry, Alex.
Yeah. Colin said, COVID killed Wendy's. Their prices skyrocketed and quality plummeted.
COVID killed a lot of things, I guess, but COVID probably led to shrinkflation. Shrinkflation led to quality changes. And yeah, that makes sense.
Is what it is.
Clickless. I like that. Wendy's is doing terrible. Loved it a few years ago, but it's gone way downhill. Could be also just trying to keep affordable. They're sacrificing quality, which you can't do. Wendy's. Keldar. Wendy's is closing most of their locations.
I don't think that's accurate.
I actually have no idea the validity of that, but thank you for Keldar. It's an interesting comment.
There's no way Wendy's is closing.
I don't know of
most
any
their
Wendy's that's
locations.
closed, so maybe.
Yeah, I think it's probably like a Pizza Hut thing where they're closing 250 locations of
Reconsolidating.
20,000.
I know they had bad PR a few, like last year or whatever, when they said they were going to do surge pricing.
I forgot about
That was really, and I don't even think it was like surge pricing as like Uber does it. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do, but it was bad. It was
From
stupid
what
to
I
do that.
understand, is they were trying to say that they were going to adjust pricing in slow periods.
Sure,
And-
yeah.
But the way they said it sounded like we're going to raise prices in the busy periods.
yeah.
But I think like they were talking about, because I was reading it up on it afterwards, and I think they were basically saying they were going to use like a happy hour model of in the 2 to 5 period,
Yeah.
prices are going to drop down to drive more sales during those times. And then they weren't going up during busy hours. At least that's what they came out and said afterwards.
So it's kind of like what we're doing now with the Pounder Hour. We haven't talked about this. This is a new development.
It's back.
It's back, baby, on Uber Eats alone. If you guys are...
Only Uber Eats, huh?
I just haven't gotten to DoorDash. There's no reason for that.
Currently
I'm just
on
lazy.
Uber Eats
It's only
alone.
on Uber Eats. Maybe it'll be on DoorDash soon. We started, I think this was something we did our first year in 2024 to pick up during like our slow period from 2 to 4. We did a buy one, get one free deal on our Buddy Pounder, which sounds like it sounds McDonald's, do the math. But basically we called it the Pounder Hour, buy one, get one.
I mean, it worked.
If you're hungry. Yeah, it worked great.
It worked. I will say we don't make money.
No, we make zero. I think we make $0, but
Yeah.
it keeps people busy and it's kind of nice.
And it's fun to see how many Buddy Pounders we can send out in a day.
I think we literally make like $1.50 on 2 burgers.
It's pretty
Not very
good.
That's not very good. But hey, you know,
Yeah, it is what it is.
give the people what they want. Keeps people busy. It's kind of makes the time go by faster.
Yeah.
And it's fun to say the Pounder Hour.
It is fun to say. People like it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it's been since we started it back up, but when we were doing it 6 months ago, it was like every day
Yeah.
from 2 to 4. It was like 20 Buddy Pounders.
Yeah, and we get a lot of new customers through it too. So it's like,
Yeah.
if you have any kind of like lifetime customer track. Like if you convert some of those to like normal customers, then hey, it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, I think we're wrapping this thing up. We're right at about an hour. So if there was anybody out there, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends, family, enemies. Tell them all.
Yeah. Keep commenting on TikTok. We love that segment. Always like to bring it back.
Yep.
And then we'll try to make sure we put out a lot of confusing clips this week too.
Yeah.
Seems to work. That's the viral trick.
That's the viral trend, is confuse the shit out of people and then let them keep watching. If it works, it works. Don't hate on it. But
Yep. And with that,
all right, we're out of here. Smash you later.